Nelson here. I think part of these problems arise from the fact that every document formatting system we've had until date, whether it's TeX or TROF or it's TROF's precursors or it's any of the several word processors on the market, is that they separate the input from the output, and the output contains no record of what input created it. So in other words, we have, say, a TeX file which has a perfectly readable to a mathematician line of mathematics. The integral of sine of x dx is cos of x. When it becomes a PDF file or a DVI file or is converted to an HTML file, that record is gone. And what we end up with is symbols sprinkled around the display or the page that have really lost their connection to what the structure really was in the beginning. I hit this problem a fair amount in my bibliographic work because many publishers have decided that Unicode is a sensible approach to representing pretty much any text on the screen. And so you'll have an article title with mathematics in it, and there will be a sprinkling of Unicode math symbols. But for example, you hit a square root sign, and they haven't understood that the square root is an operator that applies to a possibly lengthy thing that follows. And they completely lose that. They have the square root sign followed by a plus b plus c. And you have no idea whether it's the square root of a followed by b plus c, or it's the square root of all three of them. And I think this is really a case where people just haven't thought enough about the accessibility issues. You really have to maintain the input markup in the case of TeX. Now, if you're in a word processor environment, many people who have the need for a limited amount of equation producing use essentially a palette of symbols that they click on and position on the screen. And then there's no input syntax there at all. So I think it's very, very difficult to take the displayed math and reconstruct from it what really produced it. And that's a big problem that I think needs to be solved if we're going to solve the accessibility problem. But I don't see any evidence that people have thought seriously about it.